Hi everyone, Colleen here, back with another video, and if you're new here, welcome. So happy to have you. In this video, I'm going to talk about the benefits of journaling and how you can journal for weight loss.
And now a word from our sponsors.
Journaling for weight loss is what I consider a good habit, one that takes slow but consistent integration into your daily routine for lasting success with impactful results. Sometimes we need help creating these habits, and for this, I bring to you this video sponsor, Fabulous, the #1 self-care app to help you build better habits and achieve your goals. The Fabulous app is a digital coach that uses insights from behavioral science to develop great habits with small steps each day that leads to big and long-lasting changes. If you find it hard to rewire your brain and adopt new habits such as fasting, if you're suffering from stress and anxiety, making it hard to be productive, if you feel like you need help finding greater self-esteem, better mental health, and calm in your life, Fabulous addresses these issues and so much more by helping to build habits that stick through a 100% personalized approach based on my favorite subject, science. The app has 2 approaches to strong routine building, all at your own pace. First, we have habit tracking, which uses friendly reminders throughout the day to embed the habit into your day, or you could use dedicated behavior change programs. Journeys within the Fabulous app, immersing you in your own wellness expedition for weeks at a time. It's truly like a personal adventure to a better you. The first 100 people who click the link in the description will get 25% off a Fabulous premium subscription. Join the community of over 30 million users around the world to start building your ideal daily routine right now. In my weight loss journey, journaling has become essential and actually probably the cornerstone, the foundation of my weight loss. There's an overlooked aspect of weight loss which I feel like is not noted on enough when it comes to true long-term results in the weight loss battle. And that's your mindset, your mental, your how you think, your psychology behind weight loss. A lot of us are thinking that we're weak, we're undisciplined, we're unmotivated, we don't want it bad enough. And a lot of times it just really comes down to programming. A quote I like to use is from Lisa Romano, a life coach here on YouTube. And she says, "Dear, it's not you, it's your programming." And it's so true. We have been set up a lot of times since childhood for disordered eating, or emotional binge eating, looking at food through a skewed lens. It all really set us up for failure, not even gonna lie. And if this doesn't apply to you, then you probably you're fine, you're just losing weight. But for those that it does apply to, weight loss is more than diet and exercise. If you ask me, 2/3 of the battle, 2/3 of weight loss, in my opinion, in my observations, is through your mental capacity. You have to make the decision, you have to keep the decision, and you have to maintain the decision. And that's why so many people end up gaining weight after losing. They go in with a microwave mentality that is instant gratification. Lose weight as fast as possible. You're gonna gain it back as fast as possible too, because during that process, you didn't adjust the true root. And the root is a disordered thought about food. Just a little history about me. I have lost over 67 pounds through alternate day fasting. And alternate day fasting is a protocol in which you eat one day and you fast the next, eat one day, fast the next, alternate eating, so on and so forth until you reach your goal. And from then on, you can maintain with 1 to 2 fast days, or you can rectify your disordered eating through alternate day fasting. It does help with appetite control, and you can even have normal maintenance calories daily. I do enjoy fasting, so I plan to do the former, but I did lose over 67 pounds within a year, alternate day fasting. Congrats to me. I'm very proud of myself. I didn't start off my journey knowing that I had so many issues issues with food. It just happened. After I ended a poor relationship, I decided to really work on myself, and I decided to take up a hobby that I had long loved as a young girl, which was diary, writing in my diary. As a grown woman, I'm gonna call it journaling, but I decided to start writing my feelings again. And I actually had bought this book from my mom for her birthday. It was about the power of journaling, and I wanted her to journal just to start self-reflecting. I wanted her to do it, but I wasn't even thinking about myself. I just wanted her to do it. And I realized she wasn't utilizing the book I gave her, so I decided to take it for myself. It's called The Power of Journaling. I will link it down below. I got it from Amazon. Feel free to check it out. But the book essentially was authored by a woman who was experiencing physical disabilities, physical ailments, mental ailments, problems in her life, a lot of down situations that she's encountered in her life. And she just discovered the power of journaling, and she wrote at least 3 pages a day, a steady stream of consciousness, 3 pages a day. I read that part and I stopped reading. I was like, okay, 3 pages a day. And although I skimmed through the rest of the book, that is the part of the book that I took with me, the 3 pages a day. And from then on, that was September 2021, I have been writing 3 pages a day in my journal ever since. What I realized the first week of journaling was that I didn't have an appetite anymore after I journaled. And it was kind of scary. I thought something was wrong with me. I thought the stress of ending a relationship was getting to me. And I kind of made the correlation soon enough that, oh, I'm releasing my emotions. I'm transferring them from brain to paper. I'm offloading. And through that, I recognized this emotional transference took away my emotional eating. Yeah, it was just that simple. And you know, I'm a smart cookie. I put 2 and 2 together pretty quickly. I was like, wow. I was so blown away by the impact of journaling and my appetite regulation that I just made sure I kept note of it. I kept continuing on with my journaling, healing myself, becoming more self-actualized, more self-aware. And self-awareness is the biggest part of your weight loss. It's under the subset of mental health. Mental health is the biggest part, but under it, you need to be self-actualized, self-aware. Because when you're self-aware now, you're not going to do the blame game. You're going to take accountability for yourself. You're going to see your weaknesses, you're going to see your strengths, and you're going to use them to your advantage. And all of these things are going to come through awareness when you journal. So let's get into the who, what, where, when, and why, and how journaling for weight loss. Let's start. So who is this for? Journaling for weight loss is for the people who have emotional ties to eating. This is who this is for. And believe it or not, yes, there are people who are just overweight because they are sedentary, they overeat, and it is not emotionally tied. So yeah, there are people who are not emotional eaters, but I observe vast majority of people are emotionally tied to eating. They eat when they're happy, they eat when they're sad, they eat when they're frustrated, they eat when they're stressed, they eat when they're lonely, they eat because they're bored, and boredom eating is frightening. Boredom eating is very dangerous because that means you need stimuli at all times in order to prevent yourself from eating. Journaling should be for the people who are looking to really get more control of their eating, to understand why they do what they do when it comes to emotions and eating. Why am I eating the pain away? Why am I eating the happiness away? Why am I using food as rewards? Food is a comfort, no doubt about it. Since we're babies, pop a boob in your mouth, you stop crying, you drink until you're happy and satisfied and full. That's what food is supposed to do. But as we get older and traumas occur, we realize that we're using food as no longer comfort. This is past comfort. We're using it as a crutch. It is keeping us up. It has to. We're putting all this weight on food instead of looking for guidance, therapy, asking our Lord to help us, prayers. We're venting to food instead of our loved ones that we trust, seeking as much help as we can out of the fridge instead of looking inwards and getting true help. Though if any of that is relatable to you, this is who it's for. What is journaling for weight loss? Journaling for weight loss, for me personally, it's very basic to me. And I'm a very simple person. I am a very natural, go with the flow, organic person. And I say that to say because I don't use journal prompts. And that might be shocking to some, but for me, prompts are too guided. When I go into journaling, what I am looking to do is get whatever is on my mind off my mind and onto paper. Energy transference. And so with that, whatever is on my mind is what I'm writing about. If it's bothering me, if it's making me happy, if it's making me question things, if it is on my mind, that's what needs to be on the paper in that point in time. And preferably, the earlier you do it, the better. In the morning, I used to love journaling right after work, and I had an overnight job. So my job finished at 9 a.m. I would usually experience most of my stress during that time, and then I would offload it into the book about 9-10 a.m. and that would be that for the day. I would release whatever I accumulated, put it onto the book early enough, and continue on with my fast day or my feast day. So from that book that I mentioned earlier, 3 pages a day. And the 3 pages can be more. It can be more than 3 pages, but it has to be at least 3 pages for me, because she said it was 3 pages for her, and I'm taking from her guidance, right? Because she experienced immense transformation through 3 pages a day. And my book is a medium book. I don't have a large college ruled loose leaf binder, and I don't have a baby moleskin journaling notebook. I have a medium book that I got from Target. I love this brand. It's called Green Room, and 3 pages is nothing for me, but it needed to be at least 3 pages. And sometimes when you start the stream of consciousness, writing down, this is what happened to me, or this is what I'm feeling. The whole thing you need to start with is the feeling. And this is where self-awareness also comes in. What are you feeling? Start with that. And then you'll be surprised at how it just starts coming out. Sometimes other things that you didn't know was bothering you comes along with it. Sometimes you start thinking about the past and how this correlated to a past. There's so many links when you just go with the flow. So I don't use journal prompts. And actually the author does mention journal prompts. I don't need it. I just like to go with the flow. You feel that you need prompts just to get you started, that's cool. But most of all, I need you to just tap in and recognize what you're feeling. Very important to start tapping in and recognizing emotions. Sometimes we don't know that we're stressed. Sometimes we don't know that we're upset. We're so good at hiding and burying our feelings that we sometimes don't even recognize what they are at all. But we know that food got our back. Not good at all. Start tapping in. Daily journaling for the win. 3 pages. And that's what you should be doing as far as journaling for weight loss. Where did the idea of journaling for weight loss come from? So yeah, once I made that correlation that, hey, me writing down my feelings means appetite, suppression, loss, reduction, I ran with it. And I realized that it was a large part that was missing from the weight loss community, the weight loss conversation. Because if you think about someone who's had weight loss surgery, right? And this is not to knock anyone that has had weight loss surgery. Get it how you live it. The only thing is that it's very important that you find the root cause of why you gained weight in the first place. Because if you skip the process, if you skip the journey of recognizing all these things that comes along with natural weight loss, you'll realize that you skip a large part of the process, and that's self-actualization, self-realization, self-awareness. You're cutting out that step. You're getting right to the end. The whole race is over for you. You've won, crossed the finish finish line, you've won. Now how do I maintain this golden trophy? How do I maintain the win? And unfortunately, a lot of people gain their weight back because the root of the cause was never addressed. And I feel, I don't know if this is correct or not, but let me know that you have to do therapy before you get VSG. And VSG is like gastric bypass, sleeves, things that shrink the stomach mechanically through surgery, just in case you didn't know. But weight loss surgery, the method of shrinking the stomach in order to drastically reduce calories. You could probably eat like this much food, like literally this much food. The scariest part of weight loss is not losing the weight, it's keeping it off. It's turning it into a lifestyle that's long-term. How are you gonna do that? How do you achieve long-term success? And so that's why I wholeheartedly support things like Noom, which is using psychology to win the weight war. I'm so happy to see it. Like, let's talk more about the mental health aspect of weight loss. And journaling is a beautiful way to start recognizing your triggers, your cues, what sparks cravings. Why are you feeling like you need this Snickers bar? Because we know Snickers bars aren't gonna satisfy us. So that means you're not hungry, it's a craving. This Snickers bar is going to do something for you that you cannot do yourself. It's going to soothe some part of you. I feel like it's your inner child that wants that candy bar, right? The little part of you that knows that this sweet brings relief. If we can start journaling, we can really understand the base of that feeling and skip the Snickers bar and start satisfying the inner child another way. Because that inner child, she will always speak, he will always speak, he'll always be there looking for satisfaction, validation, love, support. It's up to you to recognize them and start comforting them a different way as an adult. Your inner child, they're unruly, they're children. Are you going to be ruled by your inner child, or are you going to be an adult and really step up to the plate in an adult-like fashion? Journaling is a great way to start. When should you practice journaling for weight loss? The practice should ideally be daily, and if not daily, on your fast days. On your fast days is the days where you're going to be using mental wherewithal to get you through the day. Because guess what? You're not hungry. You can eat, but you're not hungry. You want the comfort, you want the satisfaction, you want that chewing sensation. Sometimes we just want to chew. That's where gum comes in. You can use gum. But ideally, daily, in the morning, just start off your day with some journaling. It doesn't have to be the morning. Preferably in the beginning of the day when you have a moment to get your thoughts out, do so. At night is beautiful, at the end of your day, but you ideally want to do it before you start succumbing to cravings. That's the when. When you should journal is before you need to give in to your cravings. Don't do that. So ideally earlier in the day, and the reason we give in throughout the day, we start off so strong. We start off so ready, so pumped for a new day, like, yeah. And then by the time 5 p.m. rolls around, 6 p.m., 7 p.m., those are the dark times where you're going to either crack and break, or you're going to start shivering, thinking about like, yeah, this ain't for me. That's because at that point of the day, you're mentally fatigued. Like, when I tell you mental is 80% of weight loss, I'm not playing with you. I'm not playing. You'll be surprised, like, if you really sit down and think about it. In the beginning of the day, really think about it. In the beginning of the day, how strong is your will? It's on 1,000. You're like, I'm ready, I can do. By 5 p.m., so what had happened, what prevent it? Journal early in the day, right? Before your mental fatigue kicks in. And mental fatigue is decision-making, stressors throughout the day, your family. It could be just making decisions throughout the day starts to just break down the mental. That's why at the end of the day is when we make our worst decisions. Whether it be like texting that person we're not supposed to text, drinking drinking too much wine, overeating, yelling at our loved ones, that's when the bad decisions happen, because our temperance at that point of the day is super low. So 1, prepare for that time. It's going to come, it's going to happen. For 2, beat it to the punch, start journaling. And if you feel like you need to journal again throughout the day, do so. It's okay to just tap in. It's okay to even write in your notes, oh my gosh, I feel this at this time. Just be aware, okay? Just be aware. So why is journaling for weight loss important? Because it's the heart and soul of just being successful. I realized when I started journaling and made that realization that, wow, there's so much based in mental health for successful weight loss. I couldn't not share that with you all. And it's really dire to start reprogramming yourself, breaking bad habits, breaking the clean the plate club. And that's when you have to finish everything on your plate. God forbid you leave a French fry over. And I'm still working through that. I'm not perfect. Everything I speak of is because of experience. I'm going through it. But I've had a lot more great days than I've had off days. And that's why I was able to be successful on alternate day fasting, and journaling has just really brought me through on the other side. Taking time to focus on you is a beautiful thing. Focusing on self-love and taking the time to focus on yourself is not selfish. And if you ask me, journaling is the ultimate self-care. Forget a waffle weave towel, forget a perfume, forget a spa. If you love yourself, you should really start journaling, because it's a gift to yourself as far as emotional eating goes. If you're on a weight loss journey, it'll make the most impact. You can't bathe away a poor mental. It helps, but it's not really fully touching on what needs to be touched on. And honestly, journaling doesn't even fully touch on what it needs to. Journaling is not my only, it is a part of. I turn to God. God is always the foundation of anything I'm doing to better myself. Anything, I go to Him. And it's okay to go to God with your struggles and weight loss. Like, it's not petty. He wants you to be youthful and bountiful and beat chronic illness. He doesn't want you ill. But also, I pray through journaling. I am not all the way there when it comes to my Christian journey, because I'm not all the way there yet. But I do journal my prayers, and I speak to God. I speak to Him through journaling, and I ask Him for guidance. And I also use journaling for gratitude. Very, 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 very important. Gratitude will get you. That will be a different video, because gratitude, I can't even begin to get started on it in this video, but gratitude is magical, literally magical. And if you've read The Magic by Rhonda Byrne, you'll know the life-changing benefits. I will link the book below, but I am going to do a separate video about gratitude. Like, it's essential and I have to talk about it with you all. But use journaling to your benefit. It is the ultimate self-care. And how to incorporate journaling into your journey. So get a book, get a journal, and just start the stream of consciousness from brain to paper. It'll come. If you're worried about, what am I gonna write for 3 pages? It'll come. Keep going until 3 pages are filled. Don't worry about the what's, just do. Too much planning, start doing. Too much assessing, start doing. Too much, just start doing. Just do it like Nike says. Get you a book, and you wanna make sure that you have a safe space. Of course, safety is essential when journaling. You wanna make sure that your thoughts remain your thoughts. If you are not in an area where you can safely have your thoughts outside of your head, for one, I'm so sorry. Like, that is so unfortunate, because I experienced that, where my thoughts outside of my head were not safe. They were violated, and It was really no good. But if you are able to have a safe space where you can journal and put your book away in peace, do so. Get you some nice stationery so you can flow and make it a moment. Take your time. My main place where I journaled was in my car. I loved it. It was a safe space. It was my space. And I knew that I could have a thought and start journaling. But now I have an entire safe haven, and I will sit at my desk and journal now and feel really good and open and reflective about everything. In this journey, I want you to be successful. And if you've watched my videos before, such as a fast with me, vlog, or any of my previous alternate day fasting videos, you'll see that I am a huge proponent for addressing the mental health aspect of weight loss. I'm a huge proponent of therapy, and I am a massive proponent of journaling. It is not some new age, fancy wangle dangle, new thing that the millennials are doing. No, the author of the book is well over 65 at this point, and she got it from someone else before her generation, and they got it from someone. Journaling is historical. It is up to you to determine how to utilize it to benefit your journey, but don't act like this is new age. This is not new age. This is not frou-frou. This is not hippie-ish. This is basic shit. And I had to say shit because a lot of people act like what millennials do is so far out. It's not far out. We're rediscovering and we're breaking generational curses. I'm so proud of millennials. If you choose to keep up with what the boomers were doing, that's your business. But millennials are showcasing how to become better and pass it on to your loved ones, pass it on to future generations. Start journaling for your weight loss. You will at least just become a little more self-aware. You will at least become a little happier. You will at least start being kinder. You'll be surprised at how angry we are without even knowing it. I don't want that for you. You shouldn't be walking around angry for no reason. There's a reason. Do you know what the reason is? You might find out faster if you start journaling. Then you won't have to eat a whole pie of pizza, and you won't have to eat a whole bag of mini Snickers, and you won't have to binge eat a whole box of popcorn at 2 a.m. in the morning. All of this experience. I don't need to anymore, and I'm thankful, I'm grateful. Journaling has been so beneficial, so life-changing, and so rewarding in my journey, not just in releasing weight, but in becoming a better human. Not just a woman, a human. And that's all I could ask for. We need better humans, because I'm tired of turning on the news and shaking my head. And on that note, I'm going to end the video here. If you have any questions, comment down below and let me know how journaling has helped you in your weight loss journey, whether you're fasting or not. I think it's a crucial aspect. Mental health is totally overlooked, but the biggest part of weight loss, if you ask me. So yeah, let me know down below and share with the collective your successes with journaling, if you've learned anything new about yourself, or are you even considering journaling? Is this something that's a little too out there for you? Let us know, share your opinions, your thoughts, and yeah, this is a community. Don't forget to talk to each other. And if you're interested in alternate day fasting support, daily motivation, tips, tricks, hacks, and more, feel free to join the alternate day fasting Facebook group I have created. The link will be down below. It's free. Feel free to subscribe if you enjoyed this content, and share it with somebody who would benefit from this. And I will see you in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.